Ask Practical Doug.
All right, so if you've never been here before for Practical Doug is a tiny Doug that lives inside of Large Doug. Practical Doug guides Large Doug on most of life's journeys, offering practical sage advice. What's going on? Hold on. Let me let my dog out. She's whining. All right.
The poop is coming.
The poop is coming. Yes, so our wonderful fans like to ask Practical Doug questions. If you would like to ask Practical Doug a question, you can either join us live Tuesdays at 7 Central. You can join our Discord, and there's a channel dedicated to Ask Practical Doug, or on any social medias, you can hashtag Ask Practical Doug, also tagging MindGap, please and thank you. Today's practical question comes from Mr. Noah Reno. Noah asked, hey, Practical Doug, why are roundabouts so good and efficient, but people are so bad at them?
I think Noah was specifically talking about, because he also linked a video to this, and it was like a small town in the USA,
right,
of why people are so bad at roundabouts. Because when I was growing up, my idea of roundabouts was obviously in Paris, you know, at the Champs-Elysees or whatever, like that massive roundabout. I saw it from like European Vacation and things like that. I'm like, that looks like pure fucking insanity. Like, that is absurd. It's crazy. Why would anyone ever want to have that?
Yeah.
And then it's moved at a glacial pace in the U.S. where I've started seeing them pop up in places.
There's a lot of them up here in Grand Rapids.
Yeah, I saw like in Missouri. I've seen them over in Bettendorf, Iowa. I've seen them, and they're supposedly efficient, very efficient. And they, according to the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, the IIHS,
did his research.
Roundabouts are a safer alternative to traffic signals and stop signs because the tight circle of a roundabout.
Wait, hold on.
Oh yeah, here we go. Get ready for it.
The tight circle of a roundabout forces drivers to slow down. And the most severe types of intersection crashes, right angle left turn and head-on collisions are unlikely.
Yeah, that sounds good. Also, roundabouts improve traffic flow and are better for the environment because research shows that traffic flow improves after traditional intersections are converted to roundabouts. Less idling reduces vehicle transmissions and fuel consumption because you just go.
Interesting.
And then roundabouts are generally safer for pedestrians, which I thought was interesting because pedestrians walk on sidewalks around the perimeter and cross only one direction of traffic at a time. So they don't have to necessarily look both ways because the direction of traffic is going only one way. Crossing.
I don't know about that. I mean, if you're on a one-way street that has a roundabout, but we've got two-way street roundabouts up here.
I mean, but if you're crossing over the roundabouts, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So if you cross over a street, there's cars coming both directions.
They shouldn't be necessarily. Because
if you have a two-way street that intersects at a roundabout.
Get out the whiteboard, Justin. Get out the whiteboard. Draw it for me. No, because if you have a roundabout, the idea is that you're getting on and following one particular direction, right? Because cars should not be intersecting or forcing each other to go idle at any point in time.
No, but if I'm crossing the street, right, on a roundabout, like I'm crossing across a street, it is a two-way street. Doesn't matter if there's a roundabout. Cars are going east and west on this street.
No, this is bad. This is bad because I'm like, I don't think so. I don't recall this, Justin.
Hey, all right, let me do this. And look, this is going to be wonderful for the podcast. Google, I'm going to give you an address in Grand Rapids, okay?
Okay. Let's do this.
And just in Google this, you can put it up on the big board.
All right, give me a second here. I got to set up the big board here. Give me 1 sec.
I need to find an address.
We're gonna do this, all right? Because this is the commitment we're making.
Yeah.
Because I want to understand. I really do.
For sure.
And this matters. Okay.
Okay. So I am going to. How do I? You know what? Let me do this. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay. Here's what I'll do.
We got
If
this
I
going.
send you, where do I send this to you? Am I going to send it in GChat here? Okay. I'm going to send you coordinates. If you plug those into Google, does that bring you here?
Coordinates? You're sending me coordinates. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, let's put these in. All right. Let's put it into Google. What do we see? Oh my God, it kind of worked.
Yay.
I think.
Is it the intersection of like Wealthy and Jefferson? Okay.
Yes.
So zoom in.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me transition
All
here.
right.
Okay, great. There we go. All right, here we are. All right. Okay, I'm zoomed in. I see it.
So if you're going, do you see how on Wealthy and Jefferson are both two-way streets?
Yes.
So if you're crossing across, what do you have? Do you have the satellite or the layers, the map?
I just have the map right now.
Okay, cool. So if you're crossing from that pink area across to either way, left or down, right? You're crossing two different lanes of traffic.
But
right?
No.
If you're going from the pink area down, you're crossing over Wealthy and you're crossing two different lanes of traffic.
No, because the first one, the lane of traffic is going to the west.
Uh-huh.
So that's only one direction you have to worry about is traffic coming from the east.
If you're going
and then if you cross the southern Wealthy Street, then traffic is heading to the east coming from the west. So you only
are you saying you can stand on that island? That little pin, what is that? No.
I'm assuming you can, right? Is that how that works?
Sure, but I mean, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Like you can stop the. Okay.
You cross that one.
You're crossing one. Okay. All right. I see. I feel like we're both saying the same thing, but semantics. I understand what you're saying now.
Okay.
You're saying you're crossing one lane.
Yes.
You're hitting an oasis, and then you're crossing another lane. I'm saying if you're crossing Wealthy, you're crossing two lanes of traffic.
But not at the same time.
Well, you're never crossing at the same time. You're only ever going to exist in one lane of traffic.
Is this like time travel and multidimensional? Is this a multiverse? Are we in the multiverse? If I'm in the third dimension, I can't be in the fourth dimension at the same time. No, what I'm saying, I think what this is arguing that when you're crossing, the way I think most of these are set up, and correct me if I'm wrong, hey, if you're a roundabout expert, please fill us in. The idea is that if we are, let's say we're where this, I know, Justin, you can't see this, but if you're where this red dot is, audience, and if you're listening, check us out on youtube.com/mindgappodcast. If you're crossing north over Wealthy Street, southeast, right? The only thing you have to worry about is what's coming from your left. You don't have to worry about any traffic coming from your right because you're crossing over that, and that's technically a one-way that you're crossing over. And then you get over to the little median there, right?
Yeah, your oasis, yeah.
Your oasis. And then you're going to cross over again. You only have to worry about traffic coming from the right.
Okay.
So that makes it safer versus a standard intersection where you're like, we got cars coming from both left and right at the same time. It's safer to be like, all I need to do is focus on what's coming from this direction because that's the road that's where they're coming from. So,
Gotcha.
I guess you could argue statistically it's safer, because your focus can just be now.
Yeah. Let me throw this out there too, though. If on a standard intersection you're crossing on when you have the green, so really you're crossing with traffic, you shouldn't have to worry about traffic.
Except if people are turning right, people are turning left, right. That increases the potential danger.
Yeah, but if they're turning right or left, you're really only dealing with one direction at a time. You can, if you're crossing with green, if people are turning right, you can make sure no one's coming at you to turn right, and then once you hit the left turn lane, you can look and make sure no one's coming around, right?
True, but you also have to deal with the fact that direction of traffic, people can come from both directions. So mathematically speaking, you're increasing your odds of danger because if someone's an idiot and runs the light or whatever. You can argue the same thing in the roundabout because that's the next point is that people in America don't know how to drive on roundabouts.
That's true. They're going to come.
They're terrifying. People don't know what the fuck to do in them. I'm just as guilty. I'm like, oh God, we're at a roundabout. It could be the quietest roundabout where there's nobody there. And I'm like, oh God, where do I go? What do I do? It's like the 5-way streets in Chicago where it's like, which one is Belmont? I can't tell. Is it really that one that's running diagonal or is it that? I don't know. What street am I on? It's confusing as hell. So I think people panic. And then before you know it, someone's going the wrong way. And it's super dangerous. So
we have reached, I believe we have reached an accord. We have reached an agreement, an understanding. There's one other intersection I'm looking for because I think it will prove my point, but I can't find it now, so forget it.
Well, the question being is if they're efficient. But this was important to this. This is important. We had to get to the bottom of this. All right, this is really important.
This debate is actually aiding in why around because we can't even fucking argue this correctly.
Why are we so bad about it? Well, because the thing is, this is a new thing to Americans. It's a very new thing. We are so used to the typical intersection, that this, when you see it, it's like, this seems crazy, but it actually makes sense because the way that you travel and the way that it's honestly, I love it because of the sense of like just natural motion, right? You hop in, you go, you get off where you need to go, and there is no stopping, which is kind of nice. There's no idling. It does seem better as long as everyone knows what the fuck they're doing. And so why are people so bad at it, Noah? To answer your question, we don't have any practice. How often do you see a roundabout? If you're not in your hometown or anything, or not a town that you live, like Justin, you see them a lot. So no big deal. I don't see them. I see them when we go visit Jill's sister who lives in Bettendorf because that's on the way there. That's the only time I see a roundabout. When I went to go visit my brother in Missouri 3 years ago, there was a roundabout there. And I'm like, okay, I don't get much practice in it. So it's confusing. It adds extra confusion, especially if you don't know the area anyway. And you're like, great, now I'm in this circle. And I don't know which street I'm supposed to take next. And where? And the video that Noah showed these cars that were just so confused. They were going the wrong way. They were going in the wrong lanes. Completely screwed everything up because they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, because most of them have the two lanes going the same direction where like one is for the intent to turn right and one is for the intent to follow the circle around. And
so someone's going down the wrong way and you're like, oh
it's just the whole fucking thing. Yeah. So I sent you one more.
Okay.
A bit of coordinates and we can we'll wrap it up here. This is an exception to the rule. This is an ill conceived roundabout. I will say that.
Okay. Let's take a look at this.
I don't know if you can see it in the map. No. Yeah, you got to go to the satellite view and zoom as far in as you can.
Okay. I was like, because right now it just looks like okay. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look at this, gang.
So this is a 5-way intersection with a roundabout with no oases. No oasi.
Okay. So these are all 2 ways then.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not safe for anybody. I mean, they have crosswalks, but that does not fit the definition of,
right.
That's just a regular crosswalk where people don't actually have to stop. Because obviously, honestly, I think it would be dangerous for a car to stop there. So the pedestrian should never walk unless they absolutely can get across. Because this circle is just a constant flow of motion. So
now we drove by this one time and
how many dead bodies were there?
7.
Nice.
On the southwest on the southwest section of the roundabout in the center, 2 kids had a lemonade stand set up.
Oh my God. Terrible.
And I sat there and I went, if you had tried, you could not have picked a worse spot to set this up. And there were people stopping and buying lemonade. I'm just like, this is no bueno.
No, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
Super duper dangerous.
All right. So Practical Doug has ruled because
we need more practice.
We need more practice.